You are now listening to the Hunter's Advantage podcast. We preserve the history and sport of hunting through curious conversation and action-packed hunts, as well as offering you tips and strategy for more successful hunts. The Hunter's Advantage podcast is powered by Out on a Limb Manufacturing. Out on a Limb is a family-owned company based right here in Oklahoma that makes tree stands, saddle platforms, climbing sticks, and so much more.
Christian, I have a quick question.
What's that?
What bites down harder, a hippo or an alligator?
No idea.
It's a trick question. The Ridge Runner 2.0 bites harder than both of them. But all jokes aside, we use these products all across the land on public or private. These help us get into any tree we want and hunt where the deer actually are.
Most men go to the grocery store for their meat, but these products help you go to God's grocery store. I have used the Out on a Limb Ridge Runner 2.0 and the Shakar sticks for the last few years hunting public land bucks, and I've actually shot several bucks out of this setup. If you want to support the podcast and get some Out on a Limb equipment, make sure to go to outonalimbmfg.com and use code HNTA10 for 10% off at checkout. Once again, if you want to support the podcast, go to outonalimbmfg.com and use code HNTA10 at checkout for 10% off. Now let's get back to the podcast. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Hunter's Advantage podcast. Today we're joined by a couple special guests, Matt and Chase from Out on a Limb. Thanks for hopping on.
And for having us.
Of course, we're live from ATA show. As soon as we get on these, everybody's going to come flood and start picking up y'all's stuff and walking off. But you can't do anything about it for the next 15 minutes. But you guys have been to the show several times. You go to a lot of shows across the country. What's the kind of general feel of this show versus the last few years you guys have been in? Is it big, small, different? What's it feel like?
I would say it feels a little slower this year, for sure. I think the turnout's a little lower than it has been in years past. Of course, I haven't been here. We didn't come last year, and then the year prior, I didn't make it. So he would probably answer more on that.
Yeah,
it feels slow.
Yeah, it is slower, but I think it's kind of the location we're in.
Yeah.
Because walking around is pretty busy out there. New venue makes a big difference to a show too.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys have had some affinity to the ATA. You got one of the trophies over there. Can you talk about that quite a bit? You guys got a good award a few years back from one of your sticks, right?
Yeah, we when we introduced the Shakars in 2020, we came here with the intention, to enter, but I had no idea we'd win.
Yeah,
and it was very humbling to win that award.
So, did y'all get to pick your booth, or was it just by the grace of God that you guys get set up next to your competitors?
You get to pick your booth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was kind of we also decided kind of late in the year that we were even going to do this show again, and so we decided, we'll show up, and then so the selection was already low as it was, but we're still here next to in the area that we should be probably.
Right.
Yeah, you guys wanted to be across from Trophy Line. Let them know.
Yeah,
we got this area covered.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, but we get along with, I'm going to say 98% of our competitors. I don't even consider them competitors. People, truly, they're going to use what they want to use, whether it's ours or Trophy Line or whoever. But we just strive to make a good, solid, quality product that people want to use.
Yeah, well, people that have been listening to our podcast for a while, for at least the last year, we've been talking about Out on a Limb on the podcast specifically. You guys do have a problem, though, because I've been running those original Shakars for 4.5 years now, and they just won't break. Yeah. So I can't upgrade. I think that's going to be a problem for you guys.
Well, to comment on that, we do have, I believe, the only stick in the industry that has not broke.
Really?
Yes.
Like in terms of a standoff or breaking the actual stick itself or anything?
Anything. I mean, I've had some bolts bend, and pretty much, I'm going to say everything that has happened of a shaft bend or a bolt bend was misuse. People not knowing how to set a stick. You always want to pull the bottom out, slide it down the tree, because the standoffs are what they say they are. They hold the stick off the tree. Your rope, your attachment method is what holds the weight.
So it was funny, Matt. When I first met you, my wife and your daughter were good friends in college, and I came up to Enid, got to meet you, Chase, and it was I think around 5 years ago, and you said, "Hey, you got to try this saddle hunting thing. I think it's got a good 2 or 3 more years of growth." And I remember you told me that 5 years ago. Here we are in your booth. There's not a single thing in here that's not saddle hunting related. How much longer do you guys think this is going to go?
It's honestly getting stronger, I
It is
believe.
getting stronger.
Think so?
And
Yeah.
even the side that we thought would just be like a little flash, the one sticking. Gosh, the one sticking is just getting stronger and stronger. So I mean, it's sky's the limit. And like we pointed out, or I pointed out the other day, the opening night they had a presentation in the booth in the one of the hallways, right? And they fed everybody, but they're running commercials on the screen. And usually when you watch a commercial in your deer hunting, the guy's in the tree stand. Every single one of those commercials, the guy's in a saddle.
I didn't notice
And
that.
it had nothing to do with the saddle hunting. It's just the industry, and that's just the way it's going now. It's just saddle hunting.
Yeah, we got five one sticks right there, 5 different models.
Front and center.
Brought in two new 1.6 this year. We've got the Plain Jane and the Pinch Point, which I think are going to be real good movers for us.
So with the people, I guess, that haven't taken that step into saddle hunting yet, because a few years ago, that's where I was. Like, I didn't know the difference between like a tether or the lineman's belt or anything like that. What's the difference between like a one stick method versus the traditional like regular saddle hunting setup?
I would say the more traditional way is probably going to be like your entry level saddle hunter guy. Like you're used to carrying climbing sticks and a platform, so like it's just going to be the more entry level guy. I always suggest, like, if you're diehard public land and you're going a long ways back, gosh, I mean, your one stick is 4 sticks and a platform all in one. So you're talking, we got one that's 3 pounds. 3 pounds, that's your sticks and your platform, and you're getting 20 foot with that. I mean, come on. And then over here, you've got 4 sticks and a platform, and they're lightweight aluminum, but you're still at 10 pounds. So that's the big difference.
I hunt a lot of private, so I'll use 2 sticks with a Versa aider from Backwoods Mobile Gear, and then a 3-step aider on my stick. I still get up plenty high for Northwest Oklahoma.
Yeah. Well, I run 3 sticks now because I got long legs. Now, if we're hunting together, I might have to change that, run 4. But I put my first stick like belly button and struggle to get my leg up, but then I'm going up. I can still get 16 foot probably out of 3 sticks in a platform because I killed 2 bucks. I think I've killed 4 bucks out of the Ridge Runner 2.0. And I killed 2 this year out of it, and I use it almost like another step. I just put that another 3 foot up, and I get up, and it's like having 4 sticks.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So I ran that setup, the Shakars, the Ridge Runner 2.0. He has the Podium. For a guy that's just now getting into it that wants something, we've got a lot of people that listen to the podcast that are budget minded. I mean, I don't know if you've seen inflation or the economy. Yeah,
absolutely.
The economy recently. Everybody wants the best bang for their buck. Out of your one stick, somebody just getting into it, which one of those would you recommend for the guy that's a little budget conscious but wants to get 2.5 miles back in there and get 20 foot up in a tree?
That's what we designed the Plain Jane for. It's going to be entry-level stick at $199. We're going to try our best to have that thing fully loaded at $300, which versus any of our other loaded sticks, you're in the $400 range.
Well, people might think that's a lot for one piece of equipment, but when you think about $100 a stick plus a platform plus your I always forget the name of the rope that goes around the tree. What are those called?
We use 5/8 mini straps, and that's probably what you use.
Yeah. That's a good place to be. You guys do quite a bit of saddle hunting in Northwest Oklahoma, where there's not very many trees. Do you have a lot of mesquites, like little short trees, or what do you guys hunt out of?
Mesquites. I use it just to. I'm hunting a bunch of private mainly, but I just use it to get in spots I don't normally get. And like I was saying yesterday, I was hunting a deer last year where I was at 10 foot. Well, at 10 foot, I probably couldn't be in a tree stand. I had to be in a saddle. And so just situations like that where you can get areas that, normally you can't get in with a tree stand. It puts you where you need to be.
So I just have to ask, just to kind of gaslight this, but who's the better hunter out of you two?
Matt's got the wall. Matt's got the wall. You come into the shop, they're all there. So I would say Matt for sure. He's been doing
I've put in
longer.
a lot of hours in a tree, not anymore really, like I want to. I mean, this company takes up both of our time. I mean, Chase didn't get to hunt much this year either. I took a job plus do the tree stands plus have a sandblasting company. And it whooped me this year. But next year, I think I'm going to try to concentrate a little more.
I was just going to say, we do this mini-series kind of towards the end of the podcast, and it's called Close But No Cigar. And basically what it is what's that one encounter you guys have had that, whether that be an encounter or a shot opportunity, that still haunts you to this day?
Hopefully on a big old buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've got everything I've shot at.
Killer. We get it.
I'm very particular and very patient, though. I pass more deer than most, or than a lot. I won't say the most, but I pass a lot of deer.
And again, that's what a lot of people say, but I was kind of skeptical at first too, and then you started whipping out your phone, showing us those videos, and I was like, okay, you got me.
Funny story. I was at the Bow Hunting League Showdown last year, and it's about killing deer, I guess. I'm just picky. I was looking for a buck. I wanted to kill a buck in Arkansas. I had 4 shot opportunities, and I hunted one afternoon. And I was riding back with one of the guys, and I was showing him video because I always take videos of what I pass, and he kind of chewed me out for not shooting one.
Yeah.
I was like, what, I enjoyed the tree time.
Yeah. It's Arkansas too. I mean, most people don't even kill a buck in Arkansas. It's pretty tough hunting.
Well, that's why I was holding out for a buck. But, these were all does that walked by, but I'm going back next weekend, matter of fact, to the showdown, and I'll probably shoot something.
There you go. What about you?
Actually, I would say probably last year. You always want to hunt a giant, and everyone's title of a giant's different. But last year I finally got on a giant, 190 at least.
My God!
I'll show you guys after this.
What does that thing look like? Just describe it for the people.
He's just 13-inch 2s, 13-inch 3s, just tall, real symmetrical, big 9-point, huge, just gigantic. Like I said, I can show you a picture. I mean, I have a really good friend, and he was letting me hunt his family's property last year, and he was living in Nebraska, and so he couldn't get down a bunch. And so I went and got in a stand one night on the north end of the property, and I saw some pretty good movement along this sidle ridge. And so I sat up there next week, and I shot a pretty good one, shot like a 130-inch 8-point. And so that night we were in there, and we shot him, tracked him, found him, pulled the four-wheeler in there, made all kinds of noise, whatever. That night I get home, get in my bed, I'm sitting there, I get a picture, boom, there he is, giant. I mean, 100% 190-inch deer. So I have never hunted anything like that personally. I've never had anything like that on camera. That's a whole nother gear you have in you when you get something like that on camera. I didn't know I could be that devoted to hunting a deer. And so I think it was that towards the end of November, we had a really, really cold stretch. I mean, rainy, 15 degrees, blowing. It was nasty, disgusting weather. And I was in there, and I was freezing my butt off. And sure enough, I hear a grunt. And here comes a doe, and she comes right underneath me. And I'm hunting like a little locust tree, and they drop like these pods. And these deer will stop beneath these pods every once in a while. And she comes in, and she's milling and messing around, and she's looking behind her, and here he comes. And it's just boom. And it's just it's
start dribbling down your leg.
Oh my gosh, it's the most. I've never had I had buck fever before, but that is a whole different kind of ball game. And he gets into 5 yards, and I'm full drawn, and I can't. It's a matter of me taking an unethical shot and shooting through a limb and risking it, or just letting him take a few steps and clearing, and then shooting him right there. Instead of taking 2 steps, he looks up, that doe, she takes off running, and he's gone, and I never saw him again. But he was right there, right underneath me, the biggest deer I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, it's something we dream about. I mean, as a kid that just watches deer hunting shows as a little boy all the time, that was the deer. And he was right there.
And your buddy from Nebraska knew that deer existed?
No.
Of course he did.
We did not know. And come to find out, actually, the year prior, we were shed hunting that property, and we had found his shed, and we had him on camera the year prior, but we didn't. The connection wasn't there. He had made such a huge jump that you just couldn't even put it two together. And then come to find out, it was him.
So you took a medical leave of absence at work and hunted that deer the rest of the year?
He probably remembers, but there was a week or so where I was.
Yeah, he went a lot.
Yeah, I went a lot to hunt that deer for sure. So that was my close.
But I hunted a lot too, so
yeah,
I didn't know he's gone.
Like, you at the shop? You no, you?
No, not me. Anything going out today? Probably not. Sorry.
That's awesome. Well, so where you get for people that are listening to the podcast and if they've listened to us, they've heard your ad 150 times the last year, but what is it like? Where do they go if they want to pick up a one stick or some saddle platform, any other stuff? Where do you do it, and what are your guys' lead times right now? I mean, I know you guys are, and it's something I think good working folk will appreciate. You guys have probably a lead time on most stuff, but it's because it's like we're running a small business. We build this crap in America. If you wanted to send it out from China, I could put it on Amazon and it'll be there in 2 days. But,
absolutely.
Yeah, how do people get a hold of you guys and pick up your stuff?
The best way to order through us is on our website, outonalimbmfg.com. We have all of our categories there. You can get one sticks, climbing sticks, saddle platforms. We also have a page on there that lists our dealers. We do have dealers across the country. We have dealers in other countries as well. Looks like we're going to pick up more after this week. We've had a lot of interest in the one sticks. That's the best way to go about getting with us. And like he said, we do have a wait time. Right now, we're about 5 weeks. Here within a month, we'll probably be back within 2, I would imagine.
Yeah. This is the furthest we've ever been behind.
Yeah.
We had a little issue with vendor closing for Christmas and New Year's. That we haven't really ever had to rely on vendors a whole lot, but with one sticks, you run Cam Cleats, and they're a huge company, so it put us back, and that's the only reason we're really behind. Like you said, we'll be caught back up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, it sounds good. So what we're going to do is, I know you guys like to listen to us talk about audio and stuff, but we're going to get some video and we're going to walk through each one of these products. So if you guys want to kind of see them hands-on, we'll add that to the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for jumping on. We'll do a long form, couple hours talking deer hunting back at the shop one of these days. We got people coming to the booth. I saw some lady taking a bunch of videos while we were doing the podcast. So maybe we'll make the highlight reel or something. Thank you guys so much.
All right, bud. Thank you.
Peace. What's up, guys? We're here at ATA Show at the Out on a Limb booth, and I'm here with Chase. He's going to walk us through a bunch of the offerings that Out on a Limb's got for this year. If you've been following us for any time now, whether on YouTube or you've been listening to the podcast, you hear we love Out on a Limb stuff. So he's going to walk us through the one stick, which is all the craze right now, and what Out on a Limb's got this year.
Yeah, so we spoke earlier in the podcast about the Shikar sticks. So 4 years ago, we came out with the Shikar sticks, and someone asked us to put a platform on top, and that was kind of our first one stick. Really basic, 5/8 aluminum, add a cleat, add an aider, add a rope, pretty easy.
What is a system like this weigh? Because this looks very
So you're
light.
looking at less than 3 pounds right here. So it's about 2.5 pounds. Pretty simple. I mean, you can take that there.
And you've got the one thing I like is it's got the angled.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of foot relief because I run in the Ridge Runner right now, and the only thing that would make it even better is a little bit of angle right there. Yep. It's a little bit easier to sit in the tree longer.
And if you are a stander, we make this in just straight flat. I mean, flat all the way across. So that helps with it if you're a stander.
Sweet.
So then when one sticking started kind of going, we made the bob. So this is an 1.25 inch tube, has 2 bolts down here to receive your aider, and you have a flippable top with an adjustable platform. You can change your pitch, get it nice and locked in, nice and set. Pretty lightweight still, you're at 4 pounds there, but it's a more advanced one stick. Gonna be a lot tougher.
It's crazy to me that this and a saddle is what you go to the tree with.
I know.
That still blows my mind as a guy who has a platform and 4 sticks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So this was our main one stick for about a year, and it got a really good reception from the public. So we came out with the Slick Rick. So this is the big bob. Now you have the Slick Rick. Slick Rick is the same thing. This one's available in 16. This one's available in 12, 14, and 16-inch lengths. That's step to step here. This platform folds on top and it folds on bottom for a more packable stick. When you do a 12-inch, it's even smaller. Fits right in the frame of your backpack. Pretty simple. Like I said, you can add an aider to that one. Any aider as well. We make aiders. Other company aiders work as well.
And so the reason you guys like to have this slide up is because you were talking about when you're going in step to step, you don't want your shins going into that.
Yeah, on this one, it's more for like your locking in, your setting. You get it more set, and it's just more solid. Is what it is on this.
So when you seat a regular Shikar stick, you obviously push down on the bottom. And you're setting it. How are you setting a one stick?
Same
to the tree?
thing here.
Exact same thing
here. Yep, same way. You just cinch it down, pull out on the bottom.
And it looks like it's got like very similar teeth to the Shikar, which we always joke on the podcast about how like these bite the tree like they're pissed off at it because it's hard to pull it off the tree.
Absolutely, you should see our assemblers in the shop. Their hands are just beats from just all the nicks.
All right, what else we got?
Moving on to this year. So our new budget style one stick is going to be the plain Jane. I have one right here as well. So very simple, no moving parts, no bolts, no nothing. You can add a cleat, you can add a rope, you can add an aider. You have to be an open-ended aider too. So our plan with this is to have a total package under $300. So that's going to be a really nice introduction, one stick for if you just want to try it. Available in 15-inch length only.
And we were talking on the podcast, like it might seem like a good chunk of change for one piece of equipment, but you got to realize that's taking away 4 sticks and your platform, which is a really big deal.
And this fully dressed is going to be under 3 pounds. So like he said, 4 sticks and a tree stand, you're 10 pounds. If it's saddle platform, you're probably 8 pounds. And then the big one. So this is the pinch point. This is our new big main 1 stick. A lot of guys complain when they're climbing with the 1 stick is that if this platform sticks out too much, it'll get into your shins, kind of bang your shins, kind of a tougher climb. So this one eliminates that. You can fold up your top, make your climb, move as you like, and then once you get to your hunting height, you fold your platform down, and you have a pretty supreme platform here. As you can see, that's very large.
That's a lot of real estate.
A lot of real estate, a lot of flat room if you're a stander, and just a little bit of angle if you're a leaner. Available in 12, 14, and 16-inch lengths. Same thing, any aider can be added to it, any rope, any cleat. And that's it for the 1 sticks there, Bill.
All right, so for the guys who don't want to do tree Pilates, let's check out the saddle and then some of the sticks.
So this is our new saddle. I don't have much information on it yet. All I can say is details are coming. It'll be on the website. Pretty excited about that, really. Add to our full package, basically, is what we'll be able to offer eventually. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, because I've noticed when people get into saddle hunting, what they want is go one place. They buy their sticks, their platform, saddle, all right there, because there's so many moving parts. You're like, if you miss something, you don't want to be falling out of the tree.
For sure.
So this is pretty sweet.
Yep. And then in the podcast, we mentioned in 2020, we won gold. So this is our gold award winner. These were the Shikar sticks. They're available in 14-inch, 17-inch, and 20-inch lengths. That is step to step. And you can see here, they're very packable. Unfold and lock into position. 1.5 pounds, so 4 sticks is about 7 pounds. Pretty easy.
Yeah, and I literally have a pack of 4 of these, and I'm still running to this day, which is insane. So
I tell everybody at these shows, man, if you buy them, your kids will hunt off of them. I mean, they're just that tough.
Yeah, these are awesome.
Lifetime warranty too. We offer everything's made here made in Oklahoma, made in the USA. We also have a fixed version of that stick. Solid, no moving parts. Also tapped and drilled to receive a cleat. So like the cleats we were seeing on the climbing or on the 1 sticks, you can add a cleat to your climbing stick. Pretty nice.
Sweet.
And then we have here, this is the Ridge Runner 2.0. This is our most popular platform, our most common platform. Very packable, foldable standoff. Stays pretty flat. You also have an adjustment knob on the underneath here, if you can see it. So you can go more straight or more pitched. This weighs about 4 pounds, all aluminum. Lifetime warranty here on this one as well.
I have shot, I think, 4 or 5 different bucks out of that. That exact.
So it works. You guys know it works, and he shows you. This is the Little Joe. So this is interesting. So you can take this stick or this platform and add it to any 1-inch tube stick. So if you have a muddy stick, you have an XOP stick, and you can convert your own stick into a 1 stick. So if you don't want to spend all the money to get a legit 1 stick, you can kind of just retrofit your own stick to make a 1 stick. Not a very big platform. You do have some adjustment here, and we also include the bolt kit. You have to do some drilling.
Sweet.
So. This is one of our smaller saddle platforms. Really, really, really small. You can see here, this is 9-inch across. Real basic, kind of made for like a little 3-hour hunt, little observation sit. We do offer it in flats like this one, or we do offer it in angled.
You can put that in your pocket.
You can put it in your pocket. I mean, it's nothing. You can hook it on the back of your backpack, and then we do include a pull strap with it. Pretty simple. And then this is also another way to retrofit your current stick to make a climbing stick. You can add this to any 1-inch tube, muddy, XOP, so on and so forth. Pretty simple. We do offer it in a flat version and then an angle, as you can see. And we do make them for 5/8. So you can add this to like one of our climbing sticks. Add it to the top. Pretty nice.
That's awesome.
That's it, fellas. That's all we brought this time.
Cool. So if they want to check them out, it's out on a limb, MFG.com.
MFG.com. Yep. And we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We have a little bit of a TikTok going. We try to get out there as much as we can.
Cool. Appreciate it, man.
Awesome. Thanks.